So before we all get excited, before we all tear the house down, I would like to point out one simple thing, and that is the fact that not probably, 2 weeks ago at the Warner Brothers upfronts, this was completely off the table, and we have about 2 weeks until CM Punk's return, so this could easily fall apart in those next 2 weeks. I hope it doesn't, but it might, so I've still got it until he is physically in the ring on Collision. I will be anxious, put it that way. Hello and welcome to FTTR. I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about AEW Dynamite, and we are talking about CM Punk and his return, what to expect. But before we dive into that, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below, and I will try and reply to every single one of them as we talk about last night's Dynamite, in which Tony Khan announced via a video promo that CM Punk will be making his return to AEW on June 17th for the debut of AEW Collision. So, the announcement itself, I think this was done cynically as a way to sell tickets. Collision has been underperforming in terms of ticket sales. They're running a lot of the same markets. They're doing a lot of Chicago shows, and I don't think that's helping. So putting Punk out there, help those ticket sales, help shift a few more seats, if you get me. A little bit underwhelming in terms of an announcement of him coming back. I mean, no video package, no sort of promo, no anything other than a poster. So it's a little bit underwhelming for just Tony Khan to do a dramatic pause and then say CM Punk. And the reaction. Let's talk about the reaction, because from the videos that I've seen, the videos I've scoured on Twitter, it looks like a very mixed reaction to CM Punk. Of course, in the broadcast, there's lots of cuts to people celebrating with the CM Punk t-shirts on, but you can definitely hear boos. You can hear a lot of boos ringing out throughout the arena. So that's got to put something out there for Tony Khan. How is he going to be received going forward? Because we've got to assume he comes back in Chicago, he's going to get a really good reaction from the Chicago crowd. He always does. But where do you go from there? Will he continue to be cheered? Will he get booed at the next show? That is a gamble you're playing with CM Punk. You don't know when or what the reaction will be when he turns up. You've got to hope he gets cheered. We're going to assume he's coming in as a babyface, the top babyface of the show. So this could all go to crap if the crowd really turns on Punk and you have to completely change the direction of Collision. Because essentially it's the CM Punk show where he's going to be the top good guy running the show. That's essentially what we've got with Collision. So that's going to be a tricky task, depending on what us smarky fans think of Punk and any other outbursts he has between now and then on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. So that's that. That's him actually coming in. Where'd you go with him? Where do you go from here? Because Collision is an interesting beast in that you're not going to have the biggest story in AEW at the moment, the Omega, Takeshita, Blackpool Combat Club stuff. That's not going to be on there. You're going to have to build new stories. So what to expect from Punk? I think what you're going to get, I think his first feud, as was reported, will probably be with Samoa Joe. I think a good way to start Collision is have a promo war between Samoa Joe and CM Punk. I think there's a lot of things to mine there, a lot of good details you could go into, really set up a feud, and that could be the big feud of Collision's debut. Maybe even have the match then. Because the other thing you've got to look forward to is a week later, you've got Forbidden Door. Will Punk be at Forbidden Door? Who does he face at Forbidden Door? Now, I think it's difficult with Punk. He's been injured a lot. So, do you want him wrestling on a regular schedule like he was in his first run? It's tough. But if I'm going to map out what I think will probably happen, I think you will get Samoa Joe Punk on the debut episode of Collision, whether it be setting up the feud or the actual match. I think Forbidden Door, you'll probably get Kenta. Kenta has expressed interest on Twitter, and I think they could just build that as a dream match. Maybe have him attack him on the debut show, call him out on, I don't know, Rampage, or hype it up on Dynamite or something leading to Forbidden Door, and then do Punk Kenta. He's staying away from world title scenes at the moment, so putting him with Kenta seems like a good mix. He can get the win over Kenta. And then from there, it's what do you do? What do you do? Because obviously the roster's going to be split, and you don't want him beating a lot of people. You don't want Punk beating Miro or Andrade. So what I think should happen, he should vie for the Trios Championships with FTR. I think that is a good babyface act, if he's still getting cheered, that could, have a really good few weeks over the summer. Even build to like All In or All Out. Maybe even do a best of 7 series between House of Black, FTR and Punk. And then that goes throughout Collision. That's your main program on Collision, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think highlighting the Trios division and highlighting the tag division with Punk there would really elevate those titles again, because they've been on a downward trajectory since Swerve and Keith Lee. The Acclaim tries to raise them a little bit, but then they were won by the Guns, which really didn't help the situation. And now the tag belts feel really, really low. Same with the Trio stuff. The Trio stuff, they were won by the Elite, and then they've just slowly diminished in returns. So hyping them up as a big focal point of Collision, I think would work really, really well. So that is sort of what I would expect from Punk. I think immediately going with Joe, then probably going with Kenta, and then into a feud involving FTR as a trio. That is sort of like the first 6 months of Collision, I would imagine. But you've also got to look on the other side. You've got to look at the MJF side. Will Tony Khan pull the trigger on Punk MJF? I think your main event for winter is coming will probably be CM Punk versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. Do that match that was set up at the end of All Out and see where we go from there. Because it'd be weird for Punk not to address his world title situation. You don't want him going straight back into that. That's a horrible idea. But eventually building him to just have one match with MJF, like a huge blow-off match, even though it kind of was the dog collar match, then you can have your cake and eat it. He's in the world title scene, doesn't win, puts over MJF. He can go back to International Championship, putting over Orange Cassidy, putting over Wardlow, putting over these younger guys. That's what Punk should be used for. He should not be world champion in 2023 or 2024. I've said my piece. So yeah, that's what I think you should expect from CM Punk on AEW Collision. Of course, this could all go tits up as soon as a backstage scuffle happens, a disagreement happens, anything like that. So anything I've suggested, anything that is in your head, could potentially not happen, because it's Punk and we've seen what's happened so far. But that is what I am expecting. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.